Hey, what's up everyone? In this video, I want to answer the question, what is digital real estate? And the reason for this is I posted something on Twitter the other day and people were messaging me about it. I talked about how I actually bought my Apple Watch and how I kind of think about creating these things so that way I can, create an asset that pays for the liabilities. Like, this is a liability, it doesn't earn me money, right? So what exactly is digital real estate and how can you use it to kind of fund your life or kind of move forward with your life? Well, in its simplest form, digital real estate is just creating some kind of web property that you can direct people to that'll sell a product or service for you. And this can be pretty much anything. It can be like individual posts, like YouTube videos like this one. It can be blog posts that you have. It could be an email list that automatically recommends affiliate products that you get commissions on. And it all is, I guess in its simplest form, it's just something that you can create one time that you can, send to people so that way you can get recurring income from it. So I'm going to think about something that you might be passionate about. Like right now I've got a surfboard right here. I love surfing and I don't have any digital assets when it comes to the surf niche. I just haven't done it. I do have a website for it, but I don't actively build it. And I don't want to get into all the specifics of why I haven't done that yet, but I'm going to give you an example of how I would do it if I was going to pursue this as an actual opportunity for me to build up digital real estate. So right now, it all starts with having your own website for the individual niche. This is going to be where most of the things you create go through. So you are going to need to learn how to do that. You're going to need certain things like a domain name, hosting, and content for this. And what happens is the more content that you put on the page, actively creating stuff for this, the better it's going to be long term. And this is not going to be something that you can create today and be making money from it tomorrow or the next day or even a month from now. A lot of the time the stuff that you create takes 6 months or 12 months to actually create any sort of income. For me, I've been doing this for I think 10 years now, so I have a huge advantage over you when it comes to getting a return quicker because I know how to do things. So don't think that just because you start doing this that you're going to immediately see results. That's unrealistic, to be honest. But the website is basically going to be the place that you put all of this content. So let's say that this is a surf website. So it's going to be all around surfing. So what kind of stuff is, related to surfing? I want you to think about that for just a second. You got a board right here. So this is going to be where the content comes in. So it can be the gear. So this can be boards. You need wax for the boards. You need fins. And these are all parts that if you're not familiar with surfing, you don't know what any of these things are. There's leashes. So this is all gear that you can sell. There's shirts, shorts, and I live in board shorts. I always wear board shorts. That's easiest for me for my life. So these are all things that you could create individual blog posts and actually video pieces around this. So just to kind of get you thinking about this, you could create an educational video all about leashes. So for this particular board, this is I think 7'6". Not 100% sure, it might be smaller than that, but this needs a certain type and size of leash for it to work out good. So what you could do is you could create video pieces that talk about the different benefits of different brands of leashes. And this could be, you could have 20 videos reviewing different leashes, and you could say the optimal leash size for a board that's 7'6" is, then you could list it out after reviewing things and saying the pros and cons over certain sizes of leashes over another. And this is stuff that you wouldn't know if you weren't actively a surfer or someone who's going to be a surfer. But anyone who comes into who's interested in the subject needs to know that they need a leash, they need fins, they need wax, they need to know the right board for them. So each of these can be a YouTube video. And what that'll look like is just an educational video it's like maybe 5 minutes long or 10 minutes long that really is detailed and helpful for someone, where it addresses all of the common questions around the proper leashes, the types of fins, the pros and cons of things. And after you create this video, what you can do is you can get it transcribed, which means take the spoken word out of the video and have it written out into, someone can do that on rev.com. I'll link that up as a resource below. And they can take the spoken word, turn it into written word, and then you can turn that into a blog post. So this is like written word next. And guess what? On your website, you're gonna have, you know, the YouTube video is gonna be hosted on the website with a blog post with like written content on it. And also, YouTube's a search network. So people can type in a question like, what's the best leash for a 7'5" surfboard? And then your video can pop up teaching and talking about the benefits of different leashes, and then making your recommendations. And then that's one way that you can actually monetize these things. There's different companies have what's known as an affiliate network, so they'll give you like 4% or 10% or 20% of a sale. So if a leash is $30, which the last leash that I bought for the board that's on the floor here, it's 9'6", it's huge, it doesn't fit in the room here like this way. I bought it and I think it was like $30 or $34 or something. So if I would have purchased that online, I could have used an affiliate link and gotten like a 5% commission if I used a site like Amazon, or there might be a surf website specifically for surf products where I'll get, you know, 5% commission for generating sales. So that's one way that you can kind of think about monetizing this as well. The same thing is true with the rest of the stuff too, like individual YouTube videos all about fins. And what's cool about a lot of different niches, like the non-make money online stuff, is the content that you create for something like surfing. I have a juggling course that the like fundamentals don't change over time that much. Like the idea that using fins is necessary for surfing, it's not going to change. Needing wax for surfing, that's something that's not going to change. It's the same as like choosing juggling balls, clubs, rings. These are things that are like hard ingrained in the actual niche. Like they're things that everyone needs to have in order to do the thing. So creating content around that is something that's like evergreen. It's something that's going to last for a long time. So this might seem a little overwhelming, which it kind of is. But the idea is to make sure you create something like this, like a website all around this. I'll link up, I'll see if I can create something that I'll teach you how to build this actual website, or just give you a resource that you can use. But we'll say that the content, the digital real estate that you're going to create. So this will be like YouTube stuff. So if you look just specifically from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 things here, let's say each of these you can do 5 pieces of video. So 5 YouTube videos, right? So that's what 6 things times 5 videos. That's 30 pieces of content. So 30 pieces of content, or 30 pieces of digital real estate. And every single one of them links back to your site. So let's say there's, you know, picture that this is 30 of them. Each of these YouTube videos links up to your website where you have you know, things for sale. You have an email list that might teach people the fundamentals of like surf exercises. There could be like certain fitness routines. There is actually a course that's on clickbank.com. It talks all about like specific exercises for surfing. The guy Chris Mills actually runs it. He does a really good thing. I looked into promoting it a couple years ago. But this is just gear. And this didn't go into like all the crazy amounts of gear that you can do. Like there's different types of board shorts you can use. There's different types of like surf clothing. There's stuff for men, there's stuff for women. Like there's stuff for kids, adults, all of that kind of stuff kicks in. So I'm hoping that your mind is starting to kind of race a little bit with where the content comes from, or like what the content actually is that can become real estate, like digital real estate for you. And if this is helping you, please give it a thumbs up. Like that helps me with the YouTube algorithm. It shows it to more people and ultimately like spreads the word more. But this is just YouTube, right? So there's all the content here. What's cool is I'm gonna link up a video down below that I have too that also talks about how to take one piece of content and turned it into, I think it's 13 or 20 pieces of content. So what you'll do is you'll take the one video talking about, you know, the leashes, and then it can turn into 13 different pieces of content for you, for your brand, for like the purpose of creating massive value into the niche that you're creating stuff for. And each of these things links up to your website where you sell stuff. So focusing on, you know, identifying the problem, the common things that people need to know within the niche, creating useful stuff like actually helping the people, helping the audience by answering their questions, and then linking it all through your website. And then, you know, website turns into an email list, and each of the emails that you'll send out can lead to sales of products or services or information products, all of which will earn you money. So I'm hoping that this is useful for you. Please let me know down below if this is helpful. Give it a thumbs up. And the thing is, you might have only known about YouTube earnings. So this is kind of opening your mind up to other things that take place beyond just the YouTube earnings that a lot of people say, like, oh, look at my money from YouTube. It doesn't get into all of the stuff like the sales funnel, where, you know, you give away like a leash or something, and then you sell fins, wax, all the other stuff on the back end, like a full sales funnel. And other videos on my channel here, I go into what a sales funnel is and how you can use it for your business. So please browse the channel. That's what it's here for. It's here to be a piece of digital real estate for me, like an asset for me, so that way it's helpful for everyone who comes in and watches and consumes and actually takes action on this stuff. So what I want you to do next is I'm going to link up the video that does the take one piece of content and turn it into, and I think it's 13 pieces of content. So I want you to watch that next. And when you get there, tell me that you came from this video, so that way I know, so I can track it. So thank you so much for being here. Thank you for watching. Thank you for spending time with me. Hit subscribe if you haven't, and go watch the video after this. See you over there.